Hello my dear children, welcome back to Karim's Biology, and this session is going to be part 4 for the lesson Our Food from your 6th class science textbook. And in this session I'm going to talk about some plants as ingredients with reference to an activity which is given in your textbook. Okay children, let's start.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Now let us do a small activity which is given in your textbook. In this activity we have to list out the name of the plant that is given in the textbook, and we have to find out what is the part of the plant that we eat. Okay, and I'm going to show you the images also to make the concept clear. Right, so let us start children. So the first plant that is given is fenugreek. Children, do you know what is the Telugu name for fenugreek? We call them mentulu. Okay, and tell me which part of the plant we eat. We eat leaves and seeds of the plants. You know, when you go to market, you can find these leaves of fenugreek which will be cooked as a leafy vegetable, and the seeds of fenugreek will be used as an ingredient in the preparation of food items. Okay, so that's about fenugreek. And next one is mustard. The Telugu name is avalu. And can you tell me which part of the mustard plant we are eating as ingredient? We are eating the seeds. We are using seeds of mustard plant as ingredients while cooking some curries. Okay, so this is the picture of mustard. And have you seen the mustard plant? Yes, this is the mustard plant, and this is the pod of mustard plant. When the pod is ripened, it will be dried and the small seeds come out of that pod. Okay children, that's about second one, mustard. And now let's find out the other one, which is sugarcane. Yes, it is easy. Everybody can say that what is the part of the sugarcane that we eat? We eat the stem of sugarcane. Okay, so these are the pictures. This is the sugarcane stem, and you know, when you eat sugarcane stem, we remove the outermost layer of the stem and we start chewing the innermost fleshy part, juicy part, which releases some sweet juice, right? And that's the reason why the sugarcane stem will be squeezed and the juice will be extracted to prepare sugar. Right, so that's about sugarcane. So which part of the sugarcane are we eating? We are using the stem of the sugarcane. And next one, carrot. Okay children, so I think that you are aware of this. Which part of the carrot plant are we eating? You have been studying about this since your second and third classes. Yes, can you tell me children? It is the underground part of the plant. What is it? Root. Okay children, so this is carrot. And which part of the carrot are we eating? The root of the carrot plant we are eating. Now you see, this man is freshly removing the carrots from the soil, right? So this plant stores the extra food material in the roots, so the roots become conical, and we can consume the food present in the carrots. Okay children, so the next one is onion. Okay, so this is very interesting to know about onion. So let me tell you in detail. So what is the part of the onion plant that we eat? Bulb, scale leaves, whole plant as spring onion. Okay, don't get confused. I will show you the pictures. So this is the onion. Children, have you ever seen your mom cutting onion? When your mom cuts onion, I think you would have seen that she may be getting some layers like this, right? There will be fleshy layers coming out when you cut the onion, right? And what are they? Actually, which part of the onion we are eating? The onion, the part of the onion plant that we are eating is the bulb. It is called bulb. Can you see? So this swollen structure is called bulb. Actually, the bulb is made up of some leaf-like structures which store the food material. You can see here. Okay, so this onion is a modified stem. Okay children, see, modified stem means you can see at the bottom here there are roots here, but at the inner part you can see a short stem, very short stem, and the short stem is producing some leaf-like structures which are fleshy. Okay, and also this short stem is being covered by these leaf-like structures, which is making it to appear like that of a bulged structure called bulb. Okay, and these are the scale leaves. The scale leaves also in this case are modified because the part of the onion that we eat or consume are scale leaves. Why do we consume the scale leaves? Because the scale leaves, they store the food material, whereas the stem is modified and becomes short. The stem does not perform any function here. But what are the parts we are using? When you cut an onion, we eat the scale leaves and we also eat the stem, right? So we eat the entire onion. In some cases, we can eat entire onion plant in the form of spring onions. Okay, so these are spring onions, in which you can see this is a flesh and tender onion and leaves are there. The entire spring onions can be used as ingredient and it will be cut and cooked. Okay, so that's about onions, right? I hope that you understood. So tell me children, which part of the onion we are eating? We are eating the bulb. How the bulb is formed? Bulb is formed by a modified short stem which is surrounded by fleshy leaf-like structures, and these fleshy leaf-like structures become fleshy because the onion plant stores the food material in the fleshy leaf-like structures, so which is turning in the form of a round structure called bulb. Okay, so this is what we are eating, and sometimes we can also eat the entire onion plant in the form of spring onions. Okay children, so next one is cabbage. This is also very simple. You have seen this cabbage for so many times, and it is very easy to find out that the leaves of the cabbage are being eaten as ingredients, as food material. Okay, so this is cabbage plant. You can see the leaves. Okay, so this is actually the bud. This is the apical bud of the cabbage, right? When the bud gets open, this is how they appear. You can see this is the apical bud, and you can see some leaves over here which are open. So the other food item children is Asafoetida. I think that you know about Asafoetida. What is the Telugu name for Asafoetida? In Telugu we call it Ingua. Okay, and this is not used in most of the dishes. Only while preparing some of the dishes this Asafoetida will be used. Especially when your mom prepares lentils, then this Asafoetida can be used. And not only that, most people they use Asafoetida as a simulation for the flavor of meat, for the flavor of onions and ginger, like that. Okay, so that's about Ingua. And what is the part, from where do we get this Asafoetida? We get Asafoetida from the dried latex or resin of the root. Okay, so this is the dried gum-like structure which is resin or latex. Okay, so how is it obtained? This is the Asafoetida plant. When you make an incision at the root of Asafoetida, it oozes out a resin which is called Asafoetida, and this will be dried under sunlight to turn it into a solid. Okay children, so that's about Asafoetida. Okay children, that's all for today. In my coming session, I will be discussing about different methods of preparing food. Okay children, I will meet you in my next session.